You are listening to the Bonfires and Castles podcast with Tiffany Apan, the place where fantasy, history, and other worlds collide to take you on a magical journey. Well, greetings and welcome to another episode of the Bonfires and Castles podcast. 'Tis the season for pumpkin spice, corn mazes, autumn hikes, bonfires, and ghost tales. Today, we are going to explore one such tale. Each year, in the later part of October, a living history museum in Allison Park, Pennsylvania, holds an event called the Lantern Tours, where visitors get to walk through an 18th century village guided by lantern light and hearing tales from the distant past. This living history site is called the Depreciation Lands Museum. I am happy to participate in this event every year, and this year the theme is centered around the history site's resident ghost, known as the Deacon. This is the start of my Haunted History Sites series, happening from now until Halloween. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, these tales are fascinating and definitely spark a sense of wonder. So sit back, grab a beverage, and join me for these tales around the bonfire. Now, stories of the Deacon sightings date back to 1973, when an old, deserted church, not at all far from the Depreciation Lands Museum, was being fixed up after Hampton Township bought the property. Workers claimed to see sightings of a tall old man dressed in a long black coat and dark trousers appear briefly before vanishing into the air. The man appeared as someone from another era, perhaps 18th or 19th century. He appeared so often that workers decided to officially name him. Thus, he was christened the Deacon. Now, those who might be having second thoughts of visiting the Depreciation Lands Museum, perhaps thinking that this Deacon is a malevolent spirit, fear not. Those that claim to have encountered the Deacon speak of him being rather helpful, even seeming to be glad about having the church fixed up. While this ghost has never spoken to ones he appears to, his actions seem to confirm that he harbors no ill will toward any of the living. His first known time helping someone who was working on restoring the church was when a woman was attempting to replace one of the windows. As she struggled with squaring up the frames for a snug fit, she saw the Deacon watching her out of the corner of her eye. Whenever she turned to face him, he vanished. Exasperated and frustrated over her disappearing spectator, she stated, "Don't just stand there. The least you can do is help me out." Right after that, her knife was able to cut into the wood perfectly, allowing the window to slide right into place. Other incidents involve a young man standing on a ladder painting the frame around the stairwell. Eyewitnesses say that this ladder slipped about halfway off the wall, only to pop back up and save him from what might otherwise have been a fatal fall. Those present believe that the Deacon was responsible for saving the young worker. Despite his helpfulness, though, he can be on the gruff side. There is a report of how an electrician stormed out, frustrated when the light switch he turned on kept getting turned off. And yes, no other live human was in the room with him. But overall, The deacon seems to be an overall friendly spectator, willing to step in and help out those working to preserve his beloved building. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Bonfires and Castles. If you are interested in attending the Depreciation Lands Museum's lantern tours, where I am among the storytellers, the event takes place at the museum in Allison Park, Pennsylvania on October 19th. Next week, we travel to Gettysburg, where tales such as this are the norm for many locals. But until then, take care, be safe, and I will see you someplace in time. Mother looks out toward the sky as she hears the lullaby. Two young girls have found their home, found warmth inside the cold. Tonight they'll bring joy to a child. Tonight, sleeping near